Hi Cancer, this is your May 2019 forecast for what's ahead for you. Thank you to everyone who's liked, shared and subscribed to my channel. It's always much appreciated. And I know that we're going currently through the Pluto retrograde. I'm pretty sure that we are. And it'll be very interesting to see what's ahead for you, Cancer. See what's coming up. Because there's a lot of stuff that's happening for everybody. So Pluto retrograde, any retrograde makes you think about certain situations, perhaps look at the finer details too, but it also slows things down. So Pluto can be to do with your finances as well, just saying, because I just did Gemini's and, you know, that was a financial reading there. So let's have a look what's ahead for you, Cancer, for May 2019. Let's have a look at the overall energies. Wow. Okay, so we've got the Four of Swords coming through. That is your overall energy. So you may have found that you may needed to take a step back. You may have needed to retreat. You may have been exhausted because maybe there's been a lot of communication that you've been doing. Maybe you've been trying to get it out there. Maybe it's exhausted you. You're ready for action though. You're keeping here the sword. That's there just by your side, just in case. But there seems to be maybe a step needed to take back because you may have exhausted a few avenues of your communication. But there's also the fact of needing rest too and getting some rest because sometimes we do need rest. Absolutely. Queen of Swords. I'll go through the cards. The Seven of Cups there. The Six of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Hangman, the King of Swords, the Hierophant, the Six of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. What a brilliant card to end up on, Cancer. This is absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look here what's coming for you. All right, remembering the overall energy is the Four of Swords there. So that is a brilliant energy saying that you may have needed to take a break just for a moment. The Queen of Swords comes down. Now, this is not gender specific because it could mean you, it could mean the other person, or it could be male, female. Okay, so it's the energy. Please take into consideration that this is a general reading. It won't resonate with everybody, but hopefully it resonates with quite a fair few of you too here as well. Now, this is the Queen of Swords speaking her truth. She's coming out. She doesn't like to put up with crap, but she's also making it very clear. So she's done a fair bit of communication because she's in that power. She's taking the action. She's right there and she's absorbing that power of communication. So she's being very truthful, saying very clear, but doing a lot of communicating here too. When the Seven of Cups comes in, it indicates there's a lot of choices. There may be a lot of emotional choices that have come here that she's needed to speak about. And maybe it's something that she may actually have to look at, considering having a look at the cards too. There may be something fine tweaking that she may have had to do with, sorry, not she, I don't want to be gender specific, sorry, that you may have had to do. That it could be in regarding to your finances, it could be in regarding to your work, it could be regarding to your health as well. Emotional health too, take into account. I don't do health readings or pregnancy readings, but because I'm no GP and I never profess to be. So if you've got any issues there, please go see your professional practitioner about that one. But here it seems to be that there would be a lot of choices coming up for you. So being truthful about a lot of choices that you've had perhaps in the past or that is coming up for you to make some money, because the Six of Pentacles is coming in. It's going to be perhaps even offered to you, but there is a need for some balance. So with the overall energy here being the Four of Swords, it may have been, you may have had to look very clearly about your finances, balancing your finances, because there may have been a lot of options and a lot of choice. Now you may find as well, which is very interesting, you may have got a better, perhaps even check out a better home loan, because this is also to do with loans as well and inheritances as well. So maybe even searching out a good home loan. So it has to do with your money, but it's also that balance. So you may find you're getting into the groove of checking out your budgets, working it all out. So it's actually looking really good. With the actual Knight of Wands that comes through, the Knight of Wands indicates there will be change. There is movement, so forward movement. And Knight is the action taker, which means that you're taking action. You're going to be taking action, something to do with your finances, indicating that you just may need to have a look at your financial situation, get some better deals, and work from there, because there is change on the horizon for that. But it's good change, okay? It's an action taker. It's good change. And you may find that you're actually passionate about it too. So it's a brilliant card. The Eight of Swords comes in and says that this situation that you may have found yourself prior in to do with your finances, it is only a self-imposed limitation. Maybe you're sitting there avoiding the situation where you've had to think about, hang on a minute, I know I need to get on to looking at a different bank loan, looking at the way that I spend my money. This is all about lifting the veil, so to speak, lifting off that blindfold and saying, hang on a minute, you don't have to be there. This is a self-imposed limitation. You can change this. You can get out of that situation. So there is changes there that can occur should you put in the work and the effort there. Regarding to finding perhaps the better home loan, your finances. So bringing up and communicating. This could be a bank manager too. So taking that into consideration, the Queen of Swords can be a bank manager. So someone in, like it's practically the same as the King of Swords. We're saying that someone's in authority as well. So a very communicative role. So getting in touch with them. The Hangman comes in and says it's another self-imposed limitation here. It also can mean that you've waited a long time, or it's been hanging around for a long time, okay? It's like a thorn in your side. You've been wanting to do it for ages, but you need to get onto it and you need to do it. It's also asking you to have patience, and particularly with yourself too. Getting through it, bringing it through. The King of Swords, interesting. We've got the King of Swords and we've got the Queen of Swords here. So the King of Swords coming up, indicating this is the fact that he's coming through. Again, it's not gender specific, but he's coming through. He's a person who is in like a government official, basically, who could be in the police force, who could be like the bank manager, someone working in a government institution. So this is very interesting that it's coming up here. It's also being very clear about what you want, communicating here, standing your ground, and making sure that you actually have to be truthful to yourself as they're with it. The Hierophant comes around, and what I'm getting from this one, it can mean marriage, it can mean commitment too, but it is also asking you to make a definite commitment, Cancer, about committing yourself to, perhaps changing the way that you're looking at your finances. But there's also saying that when the Hierophant comes through, it is like saying that you're stuck in the old ways. It doesn't like change in particular. So this is the old way of thinking. So maybe you've been avoiding going and having a look at different methods because this is the way that I always used to do it. Well, it's not really working, okay? So not having a go, but, it probably that will need to change though there. The Six of Wands comes through, a beautiful card indicating success, accolades, recognition. So you're going to be very successful should you choose that path. These are action takers. The Wands are action takers. Again, when the Six of Pentacles, as you know, coming on a horse, it reminds me of the Knight coming through here and saying, I'm taking that action. This is beautiful. You would have much success should you decide to have a look at your financial situation, have a look at the way that you can change it. It is going to be brilliant. You've got the Nine of Cups coming through. This is a very beautiful card indicating wishes fulfilled. So should you have a look a little bit about changing your financial situation, having a look at a better deal, having a look how you budget, what you give out, your income, your expenditure, all of those things. I know it's batshit boring, but seriously, if you can get onto it, and you may find that you actually may have a little bit of a niche for it, particularly when it does come down to the banking side of things, a little bit of fine tweaking there. This is beautiful. This is indicating that so much can be achieved by doing the work. I'm just going to give you another message card for you, Cancer, and this is from the Chinese fortune reading cards for you for the month of May 2019. Just an overall card. There we go. I think that's yours. Beautiful. Family. Now, I love the way that this card comes in because it's saying, hang on a minute, even all the alterations that you're doing here, this can affect you and your family. And I'm not saying it's in a bad way, not at all. So when you look at it, it would benefit you more than anything if you had a look at the way things need to, and I know change is inevitable, but things need to change. Maybe you're looking at the old ways. Maybe you're looking at an old family issue that you have to take a really good look at and change the way. So there are changes that need to happen so that it can benefit your family. So it does involve your family as well with you. Wonderful, Cancer. You actually have got a really brilliant reading. It's about getting onto it and working on those things which are very important to you, about your family, about your budgets, about your structure here. Maybe the old ways didn't work, but I tell you what, you're going to have a lot of success, and there's beautiful wish fulfillment here. So this is emotional fulfillment too, which is absolutely beautiful. So well done, and thank you very much for joining me, and good luck for May.